Hello and welcome to my Flosstube video. Thank you for joining me. This is a video all about cross stitch and anything else I seem to fit in with. As I said, thank you for joining me. If you're a repeat viewer, hello, welcome back to my sewing room stroke study. If you're new here, my name is Lizzie. I cross stitch. I'm also a university student, so my videos are not that regular. But I'm starting back, term starts today, so I thought I'd get a quick catch-up video in for you, so you can see what I'm up to, and then hopefully I'll be able to do a few more during term, but we'll see what the workload's like. So today is January the 25th. It's Monday morning and there's snow outside. I just set my camera up in the window, thinking I'd get a better light, but with all the snow out there, it was just too bright. So we're back on the sofa, which is absolutely fine and a bit more comfier than perching on the stool that I was going to perch on to talk to you from the window. How have you all been? I think my last video I made, I was just getting over my chest infection. I'm so much better now, fortunately. I've got a bit of a cough still, like the dregs are still there, but I went out for a run for the first time on Friday and it felt amazing to be moving properly. It was my first run of the year and my only run of the year so far. I'm not going to push myself too hard. I do want to get back to it, but I'm going to take it slowly. What else has been happening in life? So I think I saw you just after Christmas, because my children were here, weren't they, for our second Christmas, the thing. So we've had New Year, that was uneventful, and then we went into lockdown. So lockdown number 3. So nothing's really changed. I'm still working part-time, still universitying part-time, well, full-time, but part-time obviously, and still being a mum, and I've still got 2 dogs and crazy hair. I should do this more regularly, then I'd not be quite so nervous maybe. Should we get on with the stitching? That's why you're probably here to see me. So finishes. I've got 2 finishes that I'd like to share with you. One was a start and finish, and one was a finish. Neither are fully finished though, because I don't know what to do with one of them, and I was going to try and fully finish the other one, but it didn't quite work. I made a bit of a mistake when I stitched, so I'll discuss that in a second. So here's my first finish. It was a free stitch. Oh, and I must share my plans for the year, because I was supposed to do that in the last video and completely forgot. Here's my first finish. That's blowing out quite a lot. It's a different shade of green to that. Maybe if I hold it a bit closer, can you see? So this is a freebie chart from Hello from Liz Mathews, who I follow on YouTube and Instagram. She's doing a monthly freebie chart, I believe, in her newsletter. So you need to subscribe to her newsletter. But these are just small little things that you can. I'm going to make it into a pillow maybe, or a little wall something or other. I haven't decided. And this is from one of her bigger pictures. These flowers taken from one of her bigger designs called Bowerbirds. I just felt like stitching something nice and quick. It didn't turn out to be that quick for me, but because I kept going wrong. But it's on 14 count green Ada, which I can't get the colour. Maybe I need to turn the lights on. I dyed Ada myself. And yeah, I just picked 2 colours at random, and I couldn't possibly tell you what they are, I'm afraid, because I've put them back in the box. So that was my first finish. Then my second finish was this family stitch along my sister and my mum and I have been doing, where we did a bit, swapped it around, did a bit, and swapped it back again. Now my mum, I drove over to her house yesterday to get her to do the last 4 stitches because she hadn't stitched in it, and it's called Be Hopeful. and it was in the Cotton and Twine subscription box that I can't remember what month it was, but my sister bought them for my mum's birthday last year. I changed mine to say "be brilliant." I was trying to think of what word I should put in, and my husband chose "brilliant," so that's what I did. That was his first answer when I asked him what I should put. So I added "be brilliant," and my sister did, and her daughter, between them, they did this inside border. And my mum did the last 4 stitches of this wing here yesterday. So it's been stitched on by everybody. And then last night I came upstairs to get the frame to frame it, and this frame that came in the Cotton and Twine subscription box is a lot bigger than I remember. And if you don't centre your stitching on the piece of fabric they give you, you can't centre your stitching in the frame. That's why it's not framed, because it wasn't the quick job I thought it was going to be. But what I'm going to do, because this is the actual stitch is considerably smaller than the frame. I think it's maybe not considerably smaller, but there's a centimetre and a half at least smaller than the frame. I was thinking, I've got some card, I can cut my own mount. It's not going to be like a proper beveled edge mount, because I don't have that skill or card thick enough. I want to have that skill though. I'll talk about that later. And I was thinking of going quite bold, doing it with a pink mount to bring out those butterflies maybe, or would you lose the butterflies? So option 1 is pink mount. You guys can help me decide. Pink mount or, in a way I really hope you don't go for this. Option 2, oh, it might work better, you know. It's just a pale grey. Oh, should I be a grown up and go for the grey, or should I go for the bright pink? Those are the choices. So please comment below, bright pink or grey. Both would work nicely. I don't know. I'm not very good at making decisions. So grey. Let me show you again. I'll show you the grey first. She says if she can find it now. So there's grey. Or click. It will be dull for you otherwise. Or bright pink. So I'm just going to cut out a square aperture, put that in, and then frame it. What do you think I should do? Bright pink or grey? But those are my finishes. Be brilliant and hope. And we all need hope this year, don't we? For a solution. We've got the vaccine and it's wonderful. And I'm very excited, and we can all get back to normal, hopefully, once that's been rolled out to as many people as possible. My dad's has his. Mum's still waiting for hers. And as soon as she's offered it, she's taking it. If they offer me one at 3 o'clock in the morning, wherever, I'll be in my car going. Sorry, the cat's just knocked over one of my project bags. Yes, I'll be going for my vaccine as soon as I am possibly able. Let's talk about works in progress. This is my stitch along I'm doing with my friend Fiona, my stitchy friend Fiona. It's called Be Happy by Historical Sampler Company. It's very similar to Be Hopeful that I've just showed you, because it's Cotton and Twine's their sister company. So this is Be Happy by the Historical Sampler Company, which I am loving. I have recently, last week, sorry, the dog's barking, let's hope it stops. Just done this beehive, that's what it's called. Just done this beehive and these bumblebees around the edge. I love these teeny little bees, can you see? I think they're my favourite part. So that's Historical Sampler Company, Be Happy. Comes in this bag, which is great just for holding all the bits and bobs I need. So that's, like I said, we're doing the stitch along, so that's part 3 done. So there's 2 more parts. So I'd love to say 2 more weeks and it'll be done, but I know that starting uni again today is just going to throw everything to the wind. Just stitched on this one this morning, my next whip, which is Hello Pumpkin by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Since I think I showed it last, I've done all of the grass and the toadstool, this leaf, and then I've just done this golden leaf this morning whilst watching the news before I started work. It took me an hour to do that one leaf. I was absolutely amazed that it doesn't look very big. But I suppose there's over 100 stitches in it, so it's not too bad, is it? I'm looking forward to finishing this one. I think this is my favourite out of Hello Pumpkin and Hello Dear. This is definitely my favourite. Hello Spring is called Hello Petal, and then I think summer's going to be called Hello Sunshine, and they should be coming out this year too. And I am going to purchase those and get those done. Not sure how to finish them. I said that I wanted to learn how to mount things. I quite like. I should have brought the other one up to show you a bit better. Quite like the idea. Hang on, I've got it up there. And I'm back. I quite like the idea of having a mount that is shaped around the trees. I think that would do them. That would, especially if it was a double mount, I'd use probably green and or red and blue, maybe green and red, or blue and the light blues, maybe, and keep it more winter feeling. For this one, and then pick out. There's so many colours you could pick out for this one. They're so beautiful. And do it so it's shaped, but to have that done, I would imagine would cost us some fortune. And I don't really have any money, so I'm tempted to have a go at doing myself. You can buy the blades and things on Amazon. That's tempting. It's one of those things that I'll just like, you never know, it can't be that hard, can it? Off we go. And then I'll have no fingers left at the end. Okay, shall we move on to our next? These are the threads for Be Happy. Put them away, otherwise I'll lose them. That's good, isn't it? They don't like it when I'm upstairs, especially if they can hear me talking. They think I should be downstairs. And I've literally just snuck upstairs to do this while they were asleep on the sofa. I'll probably pay for it later on in the afternoon. Here's my New Year's Day. I had 2 New Year's Day start. Oh no, let's do Christmas Day start because you haven't seen that, have you? Well, you have seen it because I've done a bit. I think last video my Christmas Day start. It's changed quite a lot. I've done quite a lot more, and I worked on it the other evening. It's on my Instagram, which is this Mrs. Fisher Stitches, if anybody's interested. I've shown this on my Instagram piece by piece, but here it is. This is called the Biscuit Sampler by Emma Congdon, who is Stitchrovia. Sorry, the other dog's going now. I must have seen a pigeon. This is by Emma Congdon, Stitchrovia. It's called the Biscuit Sampler, and I'd done this one. So I'd started this one, I think, on Christmas Day, and it just looks so 3D. I showed it to my children. They're like, "Oh, I thought it was a real biscuit." No, but I love this one. This one is just amazing. And then the party ring. This is like a shortbread finger, or it will be, which we were eating at the weekend. So I thought I had to at least start that because we'd had some of those at the weekend. A cheeky little thing. Now you can buy this from Stitchrovia's website, or features in April 2018's Cross Stitcher. I didn't realise that. I went and bought it, and then I realised I just plugged this one out to have a look at random, and then I realised that I've got the pattern already. So if anybody wants to stitch it, I can send you this pattern from here because well, I don't need it because I've got it on PDF on my laptop. So yeah, let me know if you want to stitch it. I'll show you what it's going to look like because I can now. I've got a picture. Yes. Fancy a Bicky. Isn't that amazing? It's going to go on my kitchen wall. So I've done this one, this one, this one, and I've started this one. I like the strop waffle in the middle. Or stroop waffle, are they strop waffles? Stroop waffles. I think we call them strop waffles because I get stroppy if I'm not allowed one. Yeah. And it is an Emma Congdon. I was just checking, thinking, oh, well, I'll have to start again. So that's the biscuit sampler. Can I ask a question? What do you do if you get a knot in your thread? Like, I can undo knots, but there's sometimes those little knots that you just can't undo. Are you a puller througher, brute force and carry on, or are you a snip it off and start again? I must admit I'm in the first camp. I tend to just pull through. Sorry, I'm about to cough. Still lingering. Yeah, so are you a puller througher or are you a snip it off and carry on? I've been wanting to ask that question for ages, but I keep forgetting. Okay, my other New Year's Day start is the Modern Folk Embroidery stitch for the year. When I thought I'd start this, I bought the pattern on New Year's Eve, and when I thought I'd start it, I thought I had thread that was this purpley colour, pink colour, and a lighter version. It turned out I didn't have the lighter version. What I had was a bright red instead, and it wasn't even stranded cotton, it was like the pearl cotton. And when I'm saying this, you're thinking, what on earth is she talking about? Surely she knows what she has. I've got skeins, massive skeins of threads, all bundled up. You see, there's the purpley colour, and there's a black one in the bag. Let's get the black one out. Oh, no, it's not. The black ones are unwound. I obviously used the black for something else. That's a nice colour. That's the colour they are pretty much. And I bought these in 1997, before some people watching this were even born. In a craft shop in Manchester. I lived in Manchester for a little while and I wasn't very happy, and this craft shop was just like my safe place. I'd go there twice a week, just bumble around, touch and feel, and they were selling, I mean, it was a proper big bag about this big of these threads, and it has got this red but it's not stranded, for like £1. So obviously I bought one and it's been knocking around with me at pretty much every house I've lived in since, or my mum's, because obviously I didn't bin it because I've still got it. And I've never known what to do with it. And then I thought, you know what, let's start a project. Hopefully I've got enough to finish it. And so here we are, my Modern Folk Embroidery. And I've really enjoyed this. I think something in the fruit bowls is a bit squiffy because I got very close down here. I think we're like a line out maybe too. I'm really intrigued to see, well obviously I know what it's going to look like. I can put a picture in here. Yeah, I know what it's going to look like, so I know, but I'm intrigued to see it grow. And also there's some uniquifying personalizations you can do. He's apparently come August there's a few options to choose from, and obviously you can put your initials on and everything. So this was a nice stitch, but it was a lot of stitching for January. I've had 4 or 5 weeks off university, so I was able to get that done. Whether I can keep up come now, I doubt I can. If I'm honest, I doubt I can. And this all lives in this little IKEA bag. You know, the ones where somebody sends you a gift. Christmas present from my mum was some textbooks. And very interesting ones. Well, not textbooks, just psychology books that I asked for Christmas. I'm lying. Because my mum's came from the bookshop, because I remember emailing her local bookshop and saying, this is my Christmas present, please ring my mum for payment. Must have had something else from Amazon in a gift bag. But that's what I'm using it for, a little project bag. It's not bad, is it? I like free project bags. I've made some myself, but I'm not too good at making them, if I'm honest. I don't think I'm good enough. My last piece to show you that I've brought up with me, and then we'll talk about my plans for the year, is, and then I'll go down and see the dogs because I and do some work, you know, life things, important things that pay the rent, mortgage, supplies. Ta-da! Don't know how much has grown since I last saw you. I should probably take photos of all my projects so I can at least see. I'm nearly. No, I'm not. I'm trying to finish page 3 of Long Dog Samplers Pandemic. So this is the edge of page 3 here. So I've got to fill in here and fill in here, and then page 3 will be done. I'm doing this 1/1 on 25 count Lugana from Zweigart. Can't remember what the colour is, but I've said it in other videos. I don't have the project bag upstairs to see. And I just love it because it's so slow. I didn't love it yesterday. I made so many mistakes. I think I undid more than I actually did yesterday. And I was not enjoying stitching it, so I picked up Hello Dear this morning. Just something a bit easier to stitch. And a bit of colour as well. So that's all my projects. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Where's the other one gone? Here, my other New Year's Day start. I forgot. Sorry about the crinkling. I'll be quick. I think I showed you it, didn't I, in my last video? My other New Year's Day start was Wish on a Star by Mill Hill. I worked on this for a few days and got on really quite well with it, I thought. But I've made a mistake and I can't work out where, and when that happens, everything just grinds to a halt. So I'm stitching on this perforated paper, which is, it's like having something in a frame without having the weight of the frame or the bulk of the frame. It's very bizarre. And also, it took me a long time to realise if you put your needle in, that's too close to the magnet. Put needle in, oh, it's not going to work with this one. If you do it from this side, unless you push it through, it just falls out again. That's what I remember. I kept having to find my needle because it kept coming up and then falling through again. That's just me being silly with it, I suppose. Yeah, so Wish on a Star was going great guns. Got lots highlighted on my chart, and then I made a mistake and I cannot work out where. Maybe I'll have to leave. If I leave that out, I'm probably more likely to sort it out and just put it back in the plastic. Okay, so my plans for the year are not to buy anything cross-stitch related, with a caveat or two. If it's a Hello Tree from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, I'm allowed to buy it because that's what I've said. It's my plan, my projects. I want to stitch those as they come out, so I'm allowed to buy those. But otherwise, unless I've got the majority of the threads and the pattern, I can buy material. If I've got the threads and the pattern, I can buy material. If I've got the pattern and the material and the majority of the threads, I can buy the threads. I don't actually have many threads, so, but I've got so many projects on the go, haven't I? I've got Pandemic, I've got like big projects, Modern Folk Embroidery, I've got Pandemic, I've got the Hello Trees, because they'll be coming out. I hopefully will finish Pumpkin before the spring one comes out. I've got Mathews huge combine harvester, which I have done some on since I last made a video, but it's not worth showing you. It's about an inch, if that, and it's all greens and beiges. It's not even greens, it's just beiges, different shades of beige. You wouldn't see a difference. I don't see a difference. He certainly doesn't see a difference. And I've got, you know, so many patterns, and there's so many patterns like of smalls and things. I bought this. This is this month's cross stitch. Oh, last month's cross stitch. Did you see the Emma Congdon pattern in that? Bear with me, I might have it here. No, I don't. My friend Fiona has stitched it. Last month's one. Yeah, no, I haven't got it upstairs. It's amazing. It says it's on navy. I think hers might be on black. I mean, Fiona's done it on navy, and it says you are all kinds of amazing. It's got snakes and it's got tigers, flowers. It looks amazing, and I am in awe because Fiona stitched it really fast, and I would like to stitch it, have it up in here, because I like that saying you are all kinds of amazing. I'd like to have it up in here. So I might do that. I might have to change some of the colours. I've got navy Ada, and I've got colours, and I've got the pattern obviously. So I could let myself buy the threads to do it. But equally, I could try and substitute the threads as long as I do it carefully. Now this is this month's cross stitcher. There are some months where things spring out and say yes, yes, I've got to stitch that. Yes, yes, I've got to stitch that. Not so much in this one. There are nice things in it that I could stitch if I had the time, but like that Emma Congdon one, it's like I need to stitch that. Did I say my mum's bought me the Emma Congdon book for Christmas? I'll do a little flick through next time maybe. That's downstairs as well. I do most of my stitching downstairs. I've got this lovely room to study in, but the dogs are so noisy to stitch and study in, but the dogs are so noisy if I come upstairs, so it's just easier to sit and stitch downstairs. But the light in here is so much better during the day. So this is something I am going to stitch though from this month's Cross Stitch magazine. So this is weirdly the March issue 2021. It's a little tooth bag and a little tooth fairy envelope to put the tooth bag and a note in. Obviously my girls are a bit too old for their teeth to be falling out, but I know a little girl who in about 5 years will begin to lose her teeth, and it might take me that long to stitch it, but it will get stitched for her because I quite like it. I think it's cute. And I didn't have anything like that when my girls were little. To be honest, the tooth fairy when my girls were little was quite rubbish. She kept getting lost. She kept getting lost on the way to her house, or delayed. You know, she was just so disorganised, our tooth fairy, when the girls were little. But you know, I remember once, my elder daughter, she must have been about 7 or 8. She asked me if Father Christmas was real, and I said to her, "Well, what do you think?" And then she asked me if the tooth fairy was real, and I said, "Well, it depends on how much money you're expecting next time your tooth falls out, doesn't it?" And she said, "Oh yes, it's very real, Mama." I was like, "Yes." Something I wanted to show you from in here. This one. This is again going back to that old copy, the April 2018. I mean, I've got them going back years and years and years. That's quite nice to stitch. Spring. See, I've got loads of patterns I could do. Loads of black thread, although I need to keep it for the Modern Folk Embroidery. So you know, there's lots. So my plan is work on what I've got, and I've got so many kits as well. So many kits. That I was being a bit, oh, they're on Ada, I'm not going to stitch them. But actually, I can't remember what it was I stitched on Ada recently. It might have been Hello Christmas. No, not Hello Christmas. Hello Dear. But I thought actually stitching on Ada is not that big a problem, is it? I like it. It's quicker. It's easy. You don't have to concentrate so much. So I've got kits to stitch. I've got patterns on the go to stitch. I've got 5-6 years worth of these to have a flick through if I ever need anything. I'm just going to need to stock up maybe occasionally on thread and fabric, but I've got enough fabric to keep me going to my birthday. So I think, yeah. What are your plans for the year, stitchy wise? Have you got a list? Got a list of things you want to do? Have you got a list of when you want to do it? Some people are super organised. I'm more, I'll stitch what I want when I want, and try and keep up with things like the. My sister wants me to finish Pandemic this year. I just want to finish page 3 by the end of the month, but that's in 5 days, so that's not going to happen either. What was I saying? Are you super organised? Lots of plans. Some people have got planners that they write in. I think that's amazing if you're that person. I've bought a planner recently for my university and my work, so I need to really head down and drive with all that. So I'm hoping my planner, which is beautiful, when it arrives, I'm hoping that'll make a difference. But I just miss stitching so much when I'm working. But I'll be good. So yeah, tell me, what type of stitcher are you? Are you a planner or a fly by the seat of your pants type stitcher? And do you pull knots through, or do you snip them off and start again? Those are my 2 questions for you to answer down below. Thank you for watching so far. I'm sorry, I did have a list, but it's gone. Looking forward to making another video soon. Hopefully, if I can get in, I mean, there's no point making a video if I haven't done enough stitching to show you, is there? Hopefully I'll make an impact on some of these despite having to work hard. I've decided I'm getting up early and doing an hour stitching and starting work at 7. Oh, sorry, I knocked the camera there. Because there's no point starting work before 7 because I'm good for nothing. But I can stitch and unstitch. Anyhow, have a brilliant however long it is till I see you next. Thank you for watching. Click subscribe if you like this type of video, because this is who I am and what I am. And I'll see you next time. Keep stitching and keep safe, and get vaccinated if you're offered it. Take care.